I used to think that the way to be strong was to be tough. I used to think that to be independent was to not need anyone. The more vulnerable you are, and the softer you are, and the more you allow people into your life and into your heart, the happier you are, and the more valuable you are to other people. Ellen has completely changed the way I look at life.
Portia de Rossi's path to self-acceptance has been one of profound transformation. Born Amanda Lee Rogers in Victoria, Australia, she experienced early tragedy with the loss of her father, a pain so deep it prompted her to reinvent herself by changing her name. After years of struggling in Hollywood, Portia's breakthrough came in 1998 with Ally McBeal. Yet, behind the scenes, she grappled with a painful truth: her struggle to come to terms with her sexuality. In 1996, Portia entered into a marriage with filmmaker Mel Metcalf, not out of love, but as a way to hide her true identity. This union ended in divorce, marking a pivotal moment in her journey. Everything changed when she met Ellen DeGeneres. Their connection gave Portia the strength to embrace her authentic self. And with Ellen's unwavering support, she found the courage to live openly. Portia's 2008 marriage to Ellen symbolized her evolution from living in secrecy to celebrating her truth. Today, she stands not only as a talented actress, but also as a passionate advocate for LGBT rights. Her journey, from concealing her identity to fully embracing it, serves as a powerful testament to the strength found in living authentically. Portia de Rossi's story of self-discovery was shaped by profound challenges, including the loss of her father and years spent concealing her true identity. In an effort to hide, she married filmmaker Mel Metcalf in 1996, though their union ended in 1999. Following this, she was involved with director Francesca Gregorini, but still avoided public acknowledgement of her sexuality. It wasn't until meeting Ellen DeGeneres in 2004 that Portia found the courage to come out. Their marriage in 2008 marked a new chapter of peace and self-acceptance after years of inner conflict. Yet Portia's road to happiness wasn't without struggles. During her time on Ally McBeal, she battled anorexia and bulimia, a journey she bravely detailed in her 2010 memoir, Unbearable Lightness. In 2018, she stepped away from acting to dedicate her energy to animal rights, a cause she shares with Ellen. Portia has also spoken out against sexual harassment in Hollywood, including a disturbing experience involving Steven Seagal. Through these hardships, Portia's love for Ellen became her anchor, helping her embrace a life defined by authenticity and advocacy. For Portia, her love story with Ellen isn't just about finding a partner, it's about discovering and fully embracing her true self. Ellen DeGeneres, meanwhile, had her own trials to overcome, including a fractured family life and the trauma of abuse by her stepfather. Years of silence and the challenge of being disbelieved by her mother didn't deter Ellen from pursuing a career in comedy. Her resilience and decision to come out in the 1990s proved to be transformative, opening doors both professionally and personally. Eventually, it led her to Portia. Together, Ellen and Portia's love story highlights the incredible power of healing and finding hope in even the darkest moments. Ellen DeGeneres' path to fame was anything but simple. After dropping out of college and taking on various odd jobs to survive, she discovered her love for comedy in the smoky clubs of New Orleans. Comedy became her refuge, and by 1984, she was named Showtime's funniest person in America. Yet despite her success, Ellen's early years were marked by deep pain, including a traumatic experience with her stepfather. a secret she carried for many years. Ellen's career skyrocketed when she landed the role of Dory in Finding Nemo and starred in her own sitcom, Ellen. In 1997, she made history by coming out as a lesbian on national television, a move that garnered both support and backlash. The sitcom was eventually canceled, but Ellen's perseverance led her back to television with The Ellen DeGeneres Show, which went on to dominate for nearly 2 decades. Though celebrated for her kindness and humor, Ellen's career faced its own share of controversy, including accusations of a toxic workplace, for which she took responsibility. In 2021, Ellen announced the end of her long-running talk show, and by 2024, she revealed her retirement from show business. Through it all, her financial success was immense, with an estimated net worth of $370 million, making her one of the most influential figures in entertainment. Despite the laughter and accolades, Ellen's personal life, marked by coming out and her struggles in relationships, reveals a more complex, nuanced side to her journey. The media firestorm that followed Ellen's public coming out had a profound effect on her career and personal life. In her memoir, Love, Ellen, her mother, Betty, reflected on her initial shock, but also on how she eventually became a staunch advocate for Ellen and the LGBTQ+ rights movement. For Ellen, her mother's unwavering support became a lifeline, helping her navigate some of the hardest moments in her life. From 1997 to 2000, Ellen was in a relationship with actress Anne Heche. After their breakup, she began dating photographer Alexandra Hedison, a relationship that lasted until 2004. But it was her connection with actress Portia de Rossi that would come to define the next chapter of her life. After their separation, Portia broke her silence. Portia shared her personal struggles and deep emotions, revealing that she first met Ellen in 2000 at a Hollywood event. At that point, Ellen was already well known for her bold public coming out, while Portia, still early in her career, was keeping her sexuality a secret, fearful of the consequences of coming out. When they first met, there was an undeniable spark between them, but Portia wasn't ready to act on it. They exchanged polite conversation, and life moved forward. It wasn't until years later that their paths crossed again. This time, both were single, and what had once been left unsaid became impossible to ignore. In 2004, they began dating in private, keeping their relationship under wraps, while Portia was still working through how to live authentically. Ellen, already out and proud, provided unwavering support as Portia navigated her own personal journey. "I had walls up," Portia admitted later. "Ellen was the first person who made me feel safe enough to let them down." Their relationship felt destined, as if they were always meant to be together. When their love became public, they quickly became symbols of love and acceptance, particularly within the LGBTQ+ community. At that time, Ellen's career was flourishing, and Portia was gaining recognition for her role in Arrested Development. The two were often seen together, laughing, inseparable, and showing a bond that was undeniable to all who saw them. In 2008, when California lifted its ban on same-sex marriage, Ellen proposed to Portia in a quiet, intimate moment at their home. Their wedding was simple yet beautiful, attended only by their closest friends and family. They exchanged vows, promising to stand by one another through any challenge life might bring. It was a triumph, not just for them, but for many who saw them as symbols of love and acceptance. However, like any relationship, their love story wasn't without its struggles, hidden beneath the smiles and public moments of joy. As Ellen's career continued to flourish, the pressure that came with it began to take its toll. The demands of her public life wore on their marriage. By 2014, rumors began to swirl that the couple was facing difficulties. The constant scrutiny, and the expectation to always maintain a perfect image started to slowly wear them down. Portia, too, was fighting her own battles. She had long struggled with eating disorders, and living in Ellen's shadow only intensified her pain. Portia yearned to find her own identity, but being in the public eye next to someone as famous as Ellen made that difficult. The intensity of Ellen's career, the non-stop attention, and the long hours began to feel overwhelming. Despite their efforts, it wasn't enough. The love that once felt unshakable began to seem fragile. Ellen's intense focus on her career and Portia's increasing isolation created a divide that neither of them could close. In the end, they couldn't save their marriage. After years of trying, they had to face a painful truth. Sometimes, love alone isn't enough to keep two people together. "We tried," Portia quietly said after their divorce, "but some things are too broken to fix." Their once fairy tale-like love story ended not with grand gestures, but with a quiet, emotional farewell. After everything, Ellen and Portia parted ways, leaving behind memories of laughter and joy. Despite their deep love, personal struggles and external pressures proved too great. Sometimes, the best way to find peace is to walk away. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.